Welcome back to another episode of Xaver's Adventures. Today we're going to continue our visit in Hamburg and take you on a tour of the inner city near the Alster. Join me. Good morning. It is Tuesday morning here in Hamburg, and today I got a Lime scooter, and I'm going to go down to the Alster, which is the little lake inside the inner city. So follow along. We're going to take a short ride. So this right here is the Alster, which is the inner lake here in Hamburg. Here's the little sailing club, and out here on the lake you will see some of the sailboats. Over there is where we were for the water concert, the dancing fountains with music last night. But so here you can see some of the sailboats. Around the lake is a beautiful walk that you can take. They also have ships you can ride along, small ships that fit under the bridges here. But I don't think we're doing that today, but I thought I'd come down here since I haven't seen this for a long while. So this is one of those boats that I just mentioned, and they do a little tour around the lake. Actually, you'll see two of them there. There's another one right behind, and they do tours around the inner lake here. All right, I'm just going to go for a little walk here along the Alster. Now in the background, probably very small, you see the Binnenalster, which is the inner lake, and it's where the commercial district is. That's where most of the shopping is, fancy shopping. And anyway, I'm gonna try to walk over there. All right, so I found another scooter. And I know Alex loves these because he has one, but I'm gonna ride this into the Binnenalster, which is the inner Alster, which is somewhere down that way. So unfortunately I can't hold this and ride at the same time, and I forgot my harness in Maryland, pardon me, in West Virginia. So all right, here we go for a ride. All right, just so I know all of you probably know how to do this, but basically you have an app. You scan the barcode. If you don't have the app, it'll get you to the app, and on the app it says scan. That's what we're going to do now. We're going to go scan the barcode right there, and it's going to bring up how they want to get paid. All right, put my fingerprint in there. So, and then stay in the service zone. It says that's all there's to it. We should be and there goes the green light. We're all good to go. All right, I'm gonna turn it off so I can drive this thing with two hands, but that's basically the long and short of it. All right, so we just arrived here at the Binnenalster. I stopped short of where I was going to, where I pointed, but I dropped off the scooter right here. They will not let you, there's zones where you cannot drop off the scooters. And it'll tell you you're outside the zone. It'll show you that it's marked as red. So I had to move from that curb over there to this curb over here to end the ride. But that is where the Binnenalster is. I wanted to get some shots from this side here so you can see it, because it's beautiful with a fountain. That fountain goes all day. It's a beautiful walk right along the inner lake here in Hamburg. You can see all around they have a walking trail that goes all the way around, everywhere. Even the big lake, you can walk all the way around it. Lots and lots of green areas here that are free and accessible to the residents here. So behind me, this is one of those ships that goes around for a tour, and there's some fine dining right here. I'm gonna walk around along the sidewalk here with the rest of the folks, but this is where the fancy shopping is, right here, right behind. That store right there, Alsterhaus, that is definitely a fancy place to go shopping. At least it was in the day. Maybe we should go inside. So behind me, see more of those boats. Some of them look like as old as time, but they're probably just made to look old. I see the fountain behind me, and right across the street here is that Alsterhaus, and I think I'll take you over there and just take a peek inside. I know I took Alex in there some time back when we visited in 2020. Yeah, even the fancy places have sales. Come up here, I think it's a second or third floor. There's a bar up here, and beautiful view from up here. Alright, so at this Alsterhaus, you'll find all the brands. The only one you probably can't find is like Georg from Walmart. But all the other brands, you name it, it's probably here somewhere. Just when you were afraid you wouldn't be able to find your Rolex, well, the store's right here. Yeah, you'll find your Rolex, and along with your Swatch and other stores. And it's right here at the Alster, Binnenalster, the inside lake in Hamburg. Now, in the old days, we were able to go up to the top of the church tower. There was no charge for it. I have no idea whether that's still open. It was kind of fun, a lot of steps. So right here coming up, that's the Rathaus, or our city hall. I have no idea how old the building is, but I remember it ever since I was a little boy. That's the Rathaus, or the city hall. Now behind me you'll see some locks. Those locks over there will take boats back to the Elbe River. But in order to do that, they have to have locks to bring the boats up and down the different elevations. Alright, this is where the lock is right here, and you see the boat just came in, and it's going to go out that way off to the River Elbe. Now another view of the Rathaus, or the city hall, right here. Alright, so behind me you can see a bunch of bicycles. So they have these bicycle tours here in Hamburg. Not sure how much they are, but you can look them up. they'll take you all around, have you see the sights, but on a bicycle. I think I mentioned it earlier, the city is just full of bicycle paths, and can't get lost. So right behind me you'll see a red bus right about here. So those are the hop on, hop off buses. Not sure how much they cost, but if they say Stadtrundfahrt on the side, that's one of those hop on off hop off buses. So if you love coffee any bit as much as I do, then you need a coffee fix. This Tchibo right behind me is it's a German brand here. But it's not only just coffee, but also you'll find unique gift items or gift items for yourself. Frequently they're rather cheap too, but the aroma in there is just absolutely amazing. So right here you see all the coffee beans in there. Some people sit outside, some people sit inside. That's that Tchibo coffee store. So we're walking down Mönckeberg, which is the main drag between the Rathaus, or the city hall, and the main train station, the Hauptbahnhof. All right, so this is the St. Petri Church that I showed you earlier, where we were able to go to the top of the steeple. So we're going to go inside and take a peek. Some of you will remember when window displays were the thing to advertise and show what you had in your store. Karstadt is one of those department stores that really has kept up the art of window displays. Again, as a young boy in the city, I used to enjoy coming down here and seeing these window displays. It's always something unique. Find out what is new. So, window displays. Alright, so this window display, one of my favorites now. Just come back to the islands. You all know I love the Caribbean. Right behind me you'll see a fountain that seems to have survived 2 world wars. It is in honor of Johann Mönckeberg, who the street is named after here. But there's a fountain, and next to the fountain is the old library. So we had a library here and a fountain. And I guess they loved this mayor. He was the mayor of Hamburg. Needless to say, the library is now a Starbucks. So right behind me, you'll see a road that's actually been turned many years ago into a pedestrian shopping district. So it's only for pedestrians. And it's right next to the Mönckeberg, which is on that side. And it goes down all the way to the Karstadt. It comes together where the fountain is. But it is nice to walk here, especially in the evening as well. But it's nice not to have to worry about cars running you down as you go shopping. And you can see it's a very busy place for people to relax. And this goes all the way up to the main train station, the Hauptbahnhof. Another view of the Hauptbahnhof, the central train station here in Hamburg. Most of the time, I guess I was here in the evening. Couldn't really show it to you. This is what it looks like. The design you saw with the high roof behind me, again, it's mainly for the steam engines in the old days, so that the steam would go up and evaporate and not pretty much smoke everyone out inside the train station. All right, so I want to go down to the Elbe River. It's called Landungsbrücken, where all the ships come in. So I'm going to take the U3 here, and there's our train right now. So right behind me is the Elb Tunnel, the old tunnel that used to go across the river. It was built before World War II and actually survived the war. So this is called Landungsbrücken, which means the place to land, and this is where ships used to come in and still do, but mostly used now for tours, and visiting ships. But in the old days you had a ship called the Prince Hamlet, which used to leave right from about right here, and I used to take that all the way to England. It used to be a 24-hour ride, and it carried cars and passengers to England. Behind me is the German harbor and docks. Tons of containers come in there. And here most of these people are looking for just harbor cruises, but you will see some boats here that have regular traffic. They're part of the bus train system, and they carry commuters that have to go to work on the other side where the wharfs are. And those boats are actually free, and if I see one, I'll point one out to you. But you can jump on them, and it's like a free harbor cruise if you buy a day pass here. Now over here to my left, you will see a boat. Carries cargo. They're called Elbschiffe. They are built for the shallow bottom and also a low top. So they're made specifically just for the Elbe River and carry all sorts of freight up and down the river. So if you're looking for the Hard Rock Cafe, it's right here at the Landungsbrücken. It's your Hard Rock Cafe. So if you need that t-shirt, come on down this way. You get your Hard Rock t-shirt. Alright, so this is inside that Elb Tunnel I told you about. It built way back when. And you can't actually see the bottom because they're doing repairs on it. But there were very wooden elevators here just for cars. Alright, so here you see one of those, one of the 4 lifts that is meant for cars. Looks like today they're carrying people. So behind me is that Elb Tunnel we mentioned earlier, and I'm going to take you inside so you can take a peek down, and I'm going to see if we can get an elevator ride down. Alright, we actually made it into the very same car. You can see that right here. Actually got to go down here. Show you the tunnel. Show you what the tunnel looks like, and then we'll head back up with the elevator. It's just way too many stairs. Yeah, it looks like this has become a tourist attraction now. When Alex and I were here, it was totally empty. Occasional bicyclists would come by, but it goes way down there. Alright, built in 1911. If you look right across the river here, you see a whole bunch of people right about there. That's where the tunnel comes out. So if you walked across it, it's not a bad walk, but too long for me today. I've got plenty of steps in. Alright, I'm here at one of these gift shops right here, and I see all these mugs with names on them. I've got a friend with a name like that, and that's why there's no more mug there. I bought it. Alright, not only found on the Mississippi, but also here in Hamburg. I knew those paddle wheels were fake. It does have propellers underneath. I just saw it trying to dock. All right, mystery solved. All right, the time has come to leave the river here, and it's time to go pack up, leave the hotel, and meet Anya and Marita. All right, it's about 1:30 in the afternoon here on Tuesday. All right, if you are here, I stay at by the central train station. The Urfa Kabab right here has a really good kebab durum, which is a rolled up sandwich. I'll take a picture of it later. But for €6.50, you get a really, really good kebab. And so today's kebab is chicken. Last time I had lamb, but I'll take this one on the train with me. All right, this train here just arrived in Hamburg. I just got off this train. It is this full because of that truck fire that shut down the S3 going south. So everyone here had to take the regional train to Hamburg, and then they're going to continue on the S, which is the local train. And it's the city train. And that is the story. I thought I wasn't going to get on this train. I walked from way back there to up here in order to get a place to go inside the train. It was just that full. I stood. It's only one stop, but I made it. All right, Marita should be arriving shortly. I'm going to have my sandwich, my dinner kebab. And Marita should be here shortly, and Anya should be here shortly to pick me up. All right, so this is half my sandwich, right there. The other half's in there. It's very moist and messy, so I'm not going to film this.
And that concludes this episode of Sama's Adventures. Hit like and subscribe, and we'll join you again next week.